We're back with the video.
What? I'm on the camera? Hi, camera.
Friday, November 1st, 2019. This is one of the episodes in the 30s of Overruled. My name is Trevor Blanick, along as always with my co-host, Jaden Rioch.
I'd assume it's 33, but I don't know for sure.
But what one were you just listening to?
I accidentally closed the tab, so I don't know. But I think it was 32.
If it was 32, then...
It was either 31 or 32. I can't remember.
I think this is 33, if I had to guess.
All right, 33 people. And if you're listening to it and it's a different number, don't get confused, because it's that number.
Yeah, we're probably wrong. Let's just preface right now. We are most likely wrong. We had a lot of snow this week. We had the World Series coming to an end. We have another week of NFL Pick'em on tap.
Ooh.
And we can talk about the Denver Nuggets. I'd overall want to talk about NBA as a whole because the Nuggets, I'm not concerned yet. They've played 5 games, and they won 3 of them. I'm not worried, people. It's too early to be worried.
Dude, you and me, I just added up our pick'em. So there's that one week where you couldn't hear me that I added some of yours in, and then I added some of mine in based on your reaction. You have 1 more win than me, but because of that week, you have 5 more losses. So pretty much we're tied.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, I'm 36 and 24, and you're 37 and 29. So, I mean, overall, that's actually not bad.
No, not at all.
I mean, it's above 500, which is, I mean, honestly, if you can get anything above 500, that's pretty good.
So, let's first talk about the World Series, and I know there is a song Jaden will be extremely excited to hear.
The national song.
Okay, so this is called Nuts About the Nats.
Nats about the Nats. About the Nationals and nuts about the Nats. Oops, sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to head you. Nationals.
So they won the World Series on Wednesday night for the first championship in franchise history.
Washington, D.C. championship town.
Not the same thing, but Montreal finally gets resolution for the 1994 World Series that never happened.
Good job, Montreal. We'll send you the World Series trophy for a day.
They need to have the Nationals play the Blue Jays up in Canada in the spring training.
That'd be fun. Montreal, you should get a baseball team. I'll talk it into you.
It'll be the Rays. Well, I don't want them to split time because that...
Well, it's bad for both fan bases.
Yeah, it's horrible for both fan bases because why would one team...
I mean, you look at it one way. I mean, Montreal at least gets some time with the baseball team, but they lose too because, I mean... It overall sucks for both places. I mean, then you don't get them on some games that you want them, and then you have to split playoffs. I don't even know how that'd work.
Honestly, what they need to do, and Florida has been absolutely awful for baseball. I mean, look, we're not talking about moving the Marlins just because they have a new stadium. So is this as simple as just getting the Rays a new stadium? As stupid as it sounds, it very well might be.
Yeah, honestly.
It's ridiculous.
Because that's what even NFL franchises have done is they've threatened to move when they don't get new stadiums. So I'd imagine that's exactly what the Rays are trying to leverage. We can move.
The Giants and I want to say Pirates, I think, almost moved to Colorado back in the 70s and 80s.
Really?
I know the Giants for sure. I'm not certain about the Pirates.
That's cool.
But the San Francisco Giants almost moved to Colorado. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would be funny. That'd be pretty cool, though. Huh. All right, then. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Fun fact of the day with Trevor.
So the Rockies would essentially be the Giants, and the Giants would be the Rockies. I don't know. Would the Giants have changed names? I don't think you could have gone to Colorado and called them the Colorado Giants. It just wouldn't fit.
Yeah. I don't know. But I mean...
The Denver Giants.
The Denver Giants, yeah, that sounds actually
That's what it would
good.
be.
Yeah.
Any event clearly did not happen. They're still in San Francisco, and our Rockies...
Giants, you're moving. Pack your bags. You're moving here next year.
Wait a minute. They're playing in Colorado Springs.
No, I was talking about the New York Giants, stupid.
Oh, why are they moving here?
Because they're bad, and they need a new stadium. So they're going to play at Empower while the Broncos move to, London.
Not far enough.
Okay.
I might still be awake during their games.
Oh, that's not safe then.
I know.
Well, you can't sleep anyways, so, I mean, they'll pretty much play any time that you're awake.
Basically.
Unless it's, the time between, 4 a.m. and, 8 a.m. Maybe then you've got a chance.
They'd have to start the games at 11 a.m. in London
That's not bad.
to ensure my body has finally shut down.
That'd be good for you. We should send them to London just to give you health benefits.
Yes. Maybe
All right,
I'll finally,
NFL, I'm going to
maybe
send
I'll
you a
finally start
proposal to send him to
sleeping.
London.
I'll finally start sleeping again.
And then if we got the Giants here, Trevor, we could have, of course, the best rookie quarterback.
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones time.
What about Drew Lock time?
Oh, my gosh.
He's
we
in
need
London scene.
Drew Lock time would have to be on. He could be next to the giant clock, though, in London, so it wouldn't be that bad.
Drew Lock, giant clock.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the World Series as what we should have been talking about.
Sure.
4-3, the Nationals beat the Astros in the series.
It was a fun series.
6-2 in Game 7. And like I was talking about on the way up, if you just look at the scores of the games, they weren't exactly close. 5-4 in Game 1 was the best. And I'll go game by game because I don't remember any of the scores.
Game 7 was fun.
I don't remember any of the scores from 3, 4, 5 just because I turned it off in the fourth inning of like each of them.
True.
So it was 6-2 or 5-4 Nationals in Game 1, 12-3 Nationals in Game 2. However, the game was 2-2 entering the 7th.
Yeah, I remember that. That was so wild.
Then Game 3 was 4-1 Astros, but it never felt like the Nats were in it. They had chances, but they just kept blowing them over and over again. Then it was 8-1 Astros in Game 4 with a grand slam in the 7th after the Nationals had gotten within a 3. So they got within 4-1, and then Bregman hit a grand slam. And then Game 5 was 7-1 Astros in a game that was 4-1 entering the 8th.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's 4-1 in like every game up until either they blew it open or the game ended.
Yeah. Until his shit hit
And road in
Yeah.
DC. Then Tuesday, Game 6, it was 7-2 Nationals in a game that was 3-2 Nationals entering the 7th.
Good till the end.
And then Game 7 was 6-2 Nationals in a game that was 2-0 Astros entering the 7th. Then 3-2 Nationals entering the 8th.
And then 6-2 at the end.
Yeah, 4-2 entering the 9th, and Adam Eaton got a 2-run single.
Very cool.
It was a series that you wouldn't think would be that fun looking at the scores, but
Well, you thought it'd be a pitching duel, and it was
it
get
was
blown out or
and
don't
it
lose.
wasn't. It
Yeah.
was so weird because there were pitching duels, but then as soon as the bullpens came into the game, I was like, guess it's time to just give up 5.
That coin flip, which bullpen blew it up this day.
And Brendan and I were
the home
talking about, yeah, exactly. Brendan and I yesterday were talking about Game 7 and how even when the Astros were up 2-0 and Greinke was in firm control, it didn't feel like the Astros were in control. I mean, they were 8 outs from a World Series, and it just didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like they were going to finish it off.
It's funny that you say that because I totally felt the same way. Like I didn't think about it like outs-wise, but even when Greinke was pitching, I was like, I don't know. Like
he's totally in control.
Yeah.
But they're not going to let him go the whole way.
Yeah, exactly.
And he throws slow enough that it's not like he can make a mistake with a high fastball.
Well, their only hope was to
pop-up.
put in Cole, and they decided not to put
But
in Cole.
the issue is that they didn't not decide to put in Cole. They had him warming in the 6th.
And then they lost
And
the
then
lead.
Greinke pulled through. And then, so they sat Cole down because he wasn't needed in like super relief in the 6th. Then all of a sudden it came crashing down too quickly, and Cole wouldn't have been warm. And I understand.
Put him in the microwave.
You needed to put Cole in, but I understand on the other side, Will Harris had been their best reliever all season, or at least one of.
Yeah.
He needed a rest, fine, but that's not the reason he gave up the home run. It was a fastball on the corner, low and away, and Howie Kendrick is just. He is one of the
Incredible
most
postseason.
underrated players in baseball because he's been doing this for a long time. He's
His
been in
clutch
the big
hitting
leagues.
is
He went
A1.
like Angels to Phillies. I don't know teams in between. He went to the Dodgers as well.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because he bookended Dodgers NLDS exits. He was on the Dodgers in 2015. I think he made the last out when they lost to the Mets. And he was obviously on the Nationals this year. And really, what's really funny is he ended both of those series. He struck out to end the 2015 NLDS, and he hit the grand slam to end the Dodgers season in the 2019 NLDS.
So Howie Kendricks has just never wanted to be seen again by a
So
Dodgers
basically,
person.
what you need to do is if you think you're going to get a matchup with the Dodgers in the playoffs,
Get Howie Kendricks.
get Howie Kendrick.
Rockies
yes.
sign Howie Kendricks.
Yeah, I mean, be better than Daniel Murphy.
Daniel Murphy.
No, but it's funny that you say that, but it's entirely true. Howie Kendrick really rose to the occasion, and he got the game-winning hit in the NLDS and the World Series. And I'm not entirely certain There might have been a chance that he got the game-winning hit in the NLCS. I can't confirm that. I'll go check right now. But because it would have been their 5th RBI. Their 5th RBI. Oh, Victor Robles. Darn it.
Juan Soto had a good series, too.
No, I think it was... Never mind. I think it was Yan Gomes. It was Yan Gomes.
Yeah.
But guess who scored the game-winning run of the NLCS?
My man.
Howie Kendrick. And it doesn't matter. It was game 4, and they were going... And they swept them. So it's just funny that's how it worked. But Kendrick scored the game-winning run of the World Series and the NLCS and got the game-winning hit in the NLDS.
Yeah, he's in the right spot every single time.
And he didn't win... I think no, he was NLCS MVP, right?
Yeah, I thought so.
I think he was.
Yeah.
So he was clearly the best player in the playoffs for the Nationals. Although he didn't do too much in the World Series, but it doesn't matter. Everyone will remember him.
Yeah,
just
clanking the pole.
Frisbee golfing. I mean, seriously, he sliced it down the line and just dropped it off the pole.
Yeah, just.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for better ball location. No, it was a fun series, but Rendon hit the homer off Greinke, and you're thinking, okay. Now this gets interesting. And what I always say about pitchers who throw soft, I don't know if it's... Obviously, the ball is juiced. But for a pitcher like Greinke who doesn't throw 98, you actually have to square him up to get it out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be 5 feet late and just stick the tip of the bat out and get it.
Yeah, just boink.
You can't do that because that's what happened to Scherzer in the wild card game. He's throwing 97, 98, and they're just getting pop-ups that went out of here. And then he settled down, but that's the difference. It's because when this pitcher supplies the power, you don't have to hit it that hard. But when Greinke's throwing 64, you got to square it up. And even then, I mean, it's hard to hit 64 out of the park.
Yeah. 64 is a bit slow.
Yeah. You throw harder than 64.
Let's go.
I haven't thrown in a while, but before I got hurt, I probably could throw 64. I'm probably somewhere in the 60s now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's...
I was going to say, that was me never pitching in, like, the last couple months, too. Like, I could hit a little bit above 64 even if I would have practiced a little bit.
I feel horrible for Greinke, though, because he deserved to win a World Series. I mean, just think of his career. He started in Kansas City. I think was he ever an Angel?
I thought, I don't know. I know he was a D-back, but I don't know if he was
a D-back, a Brewer,
Angel.
and a Dodger. Angel sounds right for some reason.
Yeah, I was going to say, for some reason it sounds like he was there, but I don't know if he was.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, you could look at the flip side of that and say Anibal Sanchez. I mean, of course,
well, Anibal Sanchez is not Zach Greinke.
Well, I know.
Scherzer
you have
and
Scherzer
Strasburg.
as well. Well, that's what I was just about to say.
Deserved the World
Scherzer.
Series.
I was going to say the whole Tigers team there.
Well, all of them. David Price with the Red Sox, Rick Porcello with the Red Sox, Anibal Sanchez, and Max Scherzer with the Nationals. Then, of course,
rest in peace, Justin Verlander.
Mr. I Can't Win a World Series game, Justin Verlander with the Astros in 2017. That's a very interesting statistic. 06, 2017, 2012 as well, and now 2019. He hasn't won a World Series game. I don't think the sample size is too small anymore.
Yeah, 0-6 is a big sample size.
And especially when you've pitched in 2006, 2012, 2017, and 2019.
Well, you've pitched at all aspects of your life. Young, middle, old, and you still haven't shown.
You've pitched as a rookie, you've pitched in your prime, and now you're pitching what basically is still his prime, but
on the back end of it.
Nearing the end of his career. And I think he's probably like 32, if I had to guess. Oh, no, he's probably older than that, but...
yeah, I was going to say probably in his mid-30s, 34, 35.
But,
he's getting there.
Yeah, it's the back end of his career, and...
I mean, he looks good till he gets to the World Series.
Yeah, but I think it all started because he was absolutely dominant in Game 1 of the ALDS.
Yep.
Then they brought him in on short rest in Game 4. He got hit around, and then he didn't look terrible, but he took the loss in Game 1 of the ALCS. And he was able to win Game 5, I think, right? He pitched Game 5, I believe, right?
I thought so, yeah. Let me look.
He definitely got... I'm already on the...
Oh, you are? Okay, cool.
Yeah, because Cole got Game 3.
Game 4, here's 5. Winning pitcher, yeah, Cole. Cole won 5.
Cole won 5 because they had the day off.
Yeah, that's
so he must have pitched Game 6? No, they went bullpen game 6.
Oh, no. Game 6, when they tied it up, Verlander lost to Strasburg.
He gave up 4. No, I'm talking about the ALCS.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Verlander gave up 4 in the first to lose in a potential clinching game in the ALCS. Then in the World Series,
He also lost Game 6.
he got hit around in Game 2, and then he also lost Game 6. That's incredible. He did not get a single win, and I know win is it's not a good statistic, but the fact of the matter is he didn't pitch well enough to deserve a win outside of Game 1 of the ALDS. Every other game he started. So
He could have done a little bit better.
Angel in 2012. He was a Brewer in 2011 and 2012, and the back half of 2012 he was an Angel.
Well, all right.
I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know when you said Greinke was an Angel, I was like, I thought he was, but I don't know for how long.
Half a season.
Half a season, all right.
I think his contract's probably got maybe a year, maybe another 2 on it.
Oh, really? He has that much left on it?
If I had to guess, because he only pitched 3 years on this contract, so if he pitched 4 years, let's see. I'm guessing I'd probably find out
Yeah, pretty
the
relatively
contract. 6-year, $206.5 million. So 16, 17, 18, 19, then he's got 2 years left.
quick. Okay, that's not bad. I mean, the Astros will be back there again. I mean, if I had to guess.
If I had to guess, but they're also losing most
Cole.
likely.
Yeah.
He's not. The issue is that you don't want to re-sign Cole and potentially lose a Bregman or Correa. You don't want to do that. The Astros are interesting to me because I could very well see them being a team that, I mean, Bregman is basically in the prime, and yeah, you could make the argument he's going to get better, but losing a piece like Cole, all of a sudden you're in a position where, well, what if the Angels get him, and all of a sudden they figure out they get an offensive piece as well?
Yeah.
What if he, for whatever reason, goes to Tampa?
Oh
I mean,
my
there
gosh,
are
that'd be so lit if you went to Tampa.
there are so many ways this could play out where the Astros could drop to like the third best team in the AL.
Well, I mean,
I'm not high on the Yankees.
Well, I was just about to say, I mean, of course, I mean, if he goes to the Yankees, which everyone, all the Yankees fans are up in arms about and want him there, I mean, I don't think he's going to go there. But, I mean, if he goes there, that's pretty good staff there, too, with Cole. So
I don't think he's going to the Yankees.
No, I mean, I think we've seen in sports a trend where big players aren't as inclined to go to the big franchises. I like that.
I
That's
love
incredible.
it because you can become your own star.
Well, exactly. I mean, someone
Other
can make a
places.
career with the Rays. And, someone can make a career with the Tigers. Like, we actually have opportunities to make careers somewhere else and have a chance at championships, too, which is incredible. So I like it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Although, Giannis to the Warriors?
Not anymore. I don't think so. No, but you make a really good point. You don't have to go to the evil empire to make your career.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you're seeing so many players not sign with the Yankees. Yankees fans of old are just so used to them buying all the good players.
And that's
in
why
baseball.
I love the Yankees currently, too, is you have to home grow it as soon as no new players want to go there in free agency. And then it's even more fun, like, as a Yankees fan, to see all these young talents that you've developed. It's much more rewarding than buying it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, you actually have to earn.
I mean, I guess that's my thing. Like, I love the Yankees, like, how they built right now, but I feel like the old Yankees, there was something like you expected it. Now it's kind of fun. It's like, oh, you expect it, but it's also homegrown.
It's still not fun because the Yankees fans are probably, well, they're not probably, they are top 3 worst in the entire league.
Well, yeah,
They're
but I mean,
just
if you're an
awful.
outside, I mean, I'm not a, how do I say, I'm not a diehard New York Yankees fan. Like, I like them, kind of like how I like the Celtics, like,
Yeah.
I think there's fun aspects of those teams. I mean, even the Celtics, for example, they're another team that built through the draft. I mean, it's just fun to watch these big teams do that they've never done before. Or at least it's been a really long time since they have.
I think someone's calling in.
Someone's calling?
I
Pick up the phone. Boo.
think so.
Boo-doo-doo.
I don't want to
Boo.
pick up the phone.
Boo. I don't know. Trevor, pick up the phone. Bum. 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 Bum.
I'm good. I'm not picking up the phone.
Oh, man. Maybe it was one of those, oh, you
It's
want to...
probably Dalton if I had to guess.
Oh, really? Dalton replayed your snap.
Thanks for answering.
Oh, yeah, it was Dalton.
We don't have enough time. We have 20 minutes left. There's no point.
I'm sorry, Dalton. We appreciate
There's
you. There's
20 minutes left. We can get Dalton. We're gonna have Dalton on in a few weeks, the 22nd.
Yeah, I was gonna say when
along
everyone's
with
here.
Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we still have to figure out what we're gonna do if we're gonna go Wyoming or a Nuggets game. Which I think the Nuggets game will probably be the move. But we'll see.
Totally agree. We should just go to the Nuggets game.
I don't know. I talked to the boys about it because I mean Dalton.
Nuggets game will be extremely cheaper. Because
a lot of it has to do with weather, too.
Well, also, I mean, there's no way. Like, good weather would be 25 degrees at night in Laramie and windy. Basically.
Well, I don't think they understand that. I understand that. I've been to games up there.
They don't understand that, and they also don't understand. They're like, well, maybe we can get friend of student tickets. They don't understand how road games work.
Yeah, no, I was going to say...
You don't get student tickets for road games. You have to buy through the university.
Well, that's why I was asking, like, my friends for them. Like, my friends in Wyoming, I was asking them if I could get tickets, so they still...
I misunderstood that. That's the only way we could get reasonable tickets. And I'm guessing they'd probably still be expensive.
Well, I mean, especially for the border war. I mean, come on. Yeah. Everyone wants to go as a student. I mean, that's the 2 games that you go to. I mean, at least as a CSU student, I mean, if it's in CSU, you go to the CU game and then you go to a Wyoming game. And those are the only 2 games you wake up for. Like past
wake
that,
up for, but one was
I mean,
at 7:30. The other was at 9:30.
Not wake up for, but I mean, those are the only 2 games that you would go to. I mean, past that, CSU's booty.
That's
don't
true.
Even get
they
me
beat
started.
Fresno State somehow. I don't know how that's possible. But
I know, and I took them. And I took Fresno, and I'm just looking. I'm like, what the
hell? Well, you
hell
also
you guys?
took CU, so maybe you should stay away from the Colorado schools. I could have told you not to pick CU against USC.
Although they looked good. They
looked good, but I've seen enough of this crap to understand that they don't understand how to work a fourth quarter, and it's gonna get there.
It's
with
funny
the coaches,
because you're a fan of CU. I don't care so much about CU. Like, they're cool. You know, I don't mind them, but it's just funny because I always bet them because I'm like, oh yeah, CU has a pretty good team, and like they always like got you till the third quarter. I'm like, oh yeah, CU's gonna win that one, and the fourth quarter comes and they're all, yeah. And I'm like, damn it, CU, like, you know, it's not a big deal, but it's like you could win occasionally, okay, boys.
They try, but they can't. They beat Nebraska, so what does that say about you guys? With a fourth quarter comeback, you're down 17-0 with like a minute left in the.
Nebraska 4-4 now.
Well, you know, they're not good.
Yeah, they have what's his name? Jack Frost or something like that?
Scott.
Scott
Frost.
Right. Yeah, Scott Frost.
Do you want to do the NFL pick'em?
I would love to do the NFL pick'em.
Flacco done for the season. He's on IR.
Oh, he's on IR now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Guess don't criticize the coaching.
I'm almost wondering if it's a combination of the 2.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's both. They could do the same thing that they did to Josh Gordon, right? What is it? Like after 2 weeks or whatever, you can send him through waivers? I wonder if they do that to him.
They'd have to pay so much money, there'd be no point.
Well, is this Flacco's last year, or does he have one more year?
I think he signed like a 3-year extension.
Oh, 3 years. Okay, then yeah, you wouldn't do that to him.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll give all-time records. Last week, Trevor went 12-2. He went ham in pick'em, ladies and gentlemen. Drake clapping gift for Trevor. Last week I went 8-6, a respectable amount. I got my Drew Lock of the week last right. One of them, the Eagles over the Bills.
And then you picked the Dolphins.
And then I did pick the Dolphins, but that wasn't the Drew Lock of the week.
Oh, that was the top. No, yes, it was.
That was
the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals were the Drew Lock of the week, which they played good until they went for it on 4th down at their own 35. And
why would you do that?
It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
I don't even do that in video games.
Trevor, they were only down by 3, too, and they gave Drew Brees the ball at the 35. I'm like, you guys deserve to lose this game. I don't even care what my pick'em says.
Yeah.
So all time we're 3-2 in my not Drew Locks, pick'ems or whatever.
Huh?
Drew Lock of the weeks. I'm sorry.
Go.
I was
How's
getting
your
confused
Thomas
because
Lock
there's
of the
2.
week?
Yeah. All right, Trevor. We'll start at the top. 11 o'clock. Colts and Steelers.
No.
I know there's another game, Trevor, but it doesn't show up at other than 11 o'clock. It literally says they're all at 11 o'clock. Oh, wait, 7:30. My bad. Texans and Jags.
Texans.
Okay. I think it's a weird game. They're going to play in
really weird
London.
Game.
And the Jaguars are the home team, and they like London a lot, so I'd take the Jags.
That's a toss-up to me. I just think Deshaun Watson's better than Gardner
And the line
Minshew.
even shows it. It's a 1-point favorite for Houston. I mean, they have no clue either. They're just like, I don't know what's going on.
No one knows what's going on. It's 7:30 in London. Imagine being in Cali for this.
I was reading an article about how expensive it is for a team to play in London.
Oh, it's probably millions.
Because they have, exactly. They have to move so much equipment over there and everything. It's insane. I was like, whoa, I was unaware.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm guessing Denver will probably get a London game next year.
Probably. Probably.
be forced into a London game. The only thing is that the Broncos sell out every home game, so I'm thinking they're less inclined
to make it a home game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They'll
play
get
on the road.
Game.
Yeah.
I'm almost wondering, because of the Hispanic population in Denver, Mexico City. Do you know how awesome of a game that would be for the Broncos?
That would be really cool, but again, I'd see it as an away game. Like maybe
well, it doesn't matter.
You know what'd be cool?
Chargers, Broncos,
Yeah,
and
that's
Mexico
what I was about
City.
to say. Is Chargers and Broncos or Chiefs and Broncos? Either one of those I could see happening.
Chargers, Broncos would be so much cooler, though.
Yeah.
Raiders. Are you kidding me? Raiders, Broncos, and Mexico City?
I don't know if they'd be inclined to do that because it's the first years that the Raiders would be in Las Vegas.
It would have to be a Broncos home game.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'd be okay with that, to see Broncos, Raiders, and Mexico.
But that'd be really cool, yeah.
I'd
As
be
long as the
okay
stadium's good. I know last time that they tried to do it, the stadium was all crappy.
But if Estadio Azteca is perfect, that will
be so fun.
That would be just an amazing.
All right, so I'm taking the Jags. You're taking the Texans?
Yeah.
All right, next game that we'll do, I guess, and then we'll move down to Colts and Steelers.
Colts. Without Hilton, I still think the Colts are better.
Yeah, I was going to say, honestly, I think the Colts' second wide receiver, I mean, Pascal's good enough, but it'll be a
Can't play
struggle.
like they did against Denver.
Exactly. I mean, they have to be able to throw the ball a little bit. I mean,
Yep.
Marlon Mack, I don't think the Steelers have a good enough of up front to stop the Colts' front five. Like, honestly, that was the one thing that the Broncos did have that surprised me, is a defensive line that actually was able to body and, like, absolutely wreck the offensive line up front. That surprised me. So, but that was good. Colts. So, yeah. Let's move down. Redskins and Bills, Trevor.
Bills. I'm interested, though, because the Redskins, I'm assuming they're going to start Dwayne Haskins. They should.
I don't know. They don't know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing, but Redskins are not as good as the Bills. As simple as that. Redskins are terrible. Bills should win that game up in Orchard Park.
I don't know if it's Dwayne Haskins' time. I don't know. I've
Man,
seen him
they
play,
need to get
and
him
it's
in there.
rough.
But
It is rough.
the only way to improve, you can't improve through practice. You got to figure out if this guy's, again, the Redskins are so crap. They're going to go 1-15 in all likelihood, and they're going to get a top.
My hard
three
thing about
draft
watching
pick.
Dwayne Haskins is exactly how I feel about watching Josh Rosen. I just don't know if the team around him is good enough.
That's another good point. They might have the talent, but still, you at least need to get him reps.
Because I was going to say, I'm a big fan of Josh Rosen, but like him in Arizona, he had no chance. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, Fitzmagic is better than Rosen at the moment.
Yeah.
So Fitzmagic is going to start, which blows my
agree
mind.
with-
Why don't
I'm-
you start the Rosen? But
They have to make it look like they're trying.
I don't know.
What's really funny is, and I'm assuming, I should probably try to speak English here in a second.
Yeah.
I was just looking on Twitter, and after the Dolphins took a 14-zip lead, it was a caption that said, of them celebrating, it said, "Hey guys, we proved that we can beat them if we try. Let's go back to tank mode." And honestly, like, it was Mina Kimes. She announced the Rams games actually in the
Sure.
preseason. She works for ESPN, I believe. She tweeted out a diagram of that. I can't think of his name. It's 18, not 19, on the Steelers. It's not Juju. Number before the wide receiver. I think it's Damian something.
No, Damian. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Washington or something like that?
Something like that. I don't
Yeah.
think it's Washington, but it's him.
Mm-hmm.
He scored that long touchdown, and there was literally no Dolphin secondary in the screen
Mm-hmm.
when he caught the ball. And so she decided, she tweeted out, in case you were wondering what the Dolphins' defensive strategy was on that play. and
Deontay Johnson?
Deontay Johnson, that's right. She drew a tank in the secondary.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Josh Rosen, eventually, I think he'll get out of starting, but I think he could be a top-tier backup. I think that's
possible.
what his career will end up being, sadly. But I could see him as a high-end backup for a really good team.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, so we're both taking the Bills there?
Yeah, I hope so.
All right, well, I'm not crazy enough to take Washington.
You took the Cardinals last week.
Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Cardinals look good on Thursday, though.
They're going to be a good team.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them in the future.
I need a defense, but
Well, I don't know. The weird thing is they actually have a good defense, like personnel-wise, but they just suck.
well, they need to
they
figure
have
out.
Patrick
well, look
Peterson.
at who's
they have,
calling the defense.
I mean, you're not wrong.
He took over after the best defense in the NFL, and then's like, hey, what if we just don't cover tight ends? That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, George Kittle did have a pretty good game last night.
And he was hurt. He was on half a leg.
Yeah, imagine if he was fully healthy. All right,
Well,
next
imagine
game.
had he been able to stay on his feet on that other touchdown.
That's true.
When he was
Yeah.
down at the one, and then it ended up screwing Ben because
That was
Emmanuel
funny.
Sanders got the touchdown. I'll take the loss of 6 points
just to
for
screw over
Emmanuel
Ben.
Sanders getting that touchdown. That's
Yeah.
funny because they still got 6 for Garoppolo.
That's true. All right, next one is Vikings and Chiefs.
That's interesting to me.
Yeah, I know. It's such a.
I'm
another
going
game.
Minnesota just because, I hate picking Kansas City to lose 3 straight home games, but I
4.
don't think it would be 4. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Colts, Texans,
Texans.
Green Bay, and then now this one.
Man, I think the Vikings are better than the Chiefs. They are at this exact moment better
Yeah.
than the Chiefs. I think Minnesota wins. I think they win, but again, I would not be shocked at all if the Chiefs do. Matt Moore looked decent, but again, I don't think the Packers secondary is that good.
Yeah, I'll go with the Chiefs just because I believe in Andy Reid's play calling. I think they'll get them enough
Why?
points. No, I think they'll get them enough points where, possibly they'll have a chance, especially at home. I don't see them losing 4 straight. And the Vikings, they're so hit or miss. There's a good chance Kirk Cousins could throw for 100 yards on Sunday.
Yeah, but they would still have Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, that's true. Go Dalvin Cook. Get Dalvin scores 7 touchdowns.
They need to
please.
use him as a PPR back.
Yeah.
They need to use him as a receiving back because that's what they did with Aaron Jones. The Packers did last week, and he ended up just destroying Kansas City.
The one thing about the Vikings is their defense is really good, but they really struggle against screen plays. So, if you throw a bunch of screens out to
Vikings or
Dalvin Cook,
Chiefs?
Vikings, they struggle against screens. I don't know what it is. I was reading some stat where they've given up like 10 yards per screen. And
So
I'm
you mean the
that
Chiefs
is-
need to throw to Damian Williams?
Well, exactly. Just throw it, or like a bubble
Damian
screen
Harris?
to Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Well, screens with Tyreek Hill are a good choice anyways.
Well, yeah. Even you could do one of those awkward tight end screens with Kelsey. Kelsey has plenty of of speed to get down after a catch. So.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Moving on.
Ooh, dumpster fire game of the week: Jets and Dolphins.
Jesus. I'm going Jets. They actually show they can be decent.
Well, they didn't trade anyone, which they were trying to trade everyone.
Yeah.
I'll go
be weird.
go with the Jets, and only because I think Le'Veon goes ham. I think he talked
the Dolphins will do everything possible to not win this game.
True.
So that's the only thing.
I think Le'Veon has a good game this week. He was complaining about Adam Gase, I guess, publicly about how many touches he has. So it wouldn't surprise me if he has, something like stupid, like 150 yards total scrimmage yards. So
Yeah.
Especially when you complain publicly like that to a shitty team. So we'll both take the Jets on that one. All right, Bears and Eagles.
Philadelphia.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if Trubisky has one good game because the Eagles' pass defense is that
He
bad.
goes for 450.
Oh, my gosh, and throws them all to Allen Robinson.
Are you playing against him?
No, I'm not. Caleb has him, thank God.
Who's Caleb playing?
I don't know who Caleb's playing. He's playing a top-tier team, I thought. Could be wrong.
Oh, he's playing Kyle.
Oh, yeah, well, go ahead.
No,
go ham.
Ben's playing Kyle. It's
Oh.
1 versus 10. That's what I
Poop.
remember.
He's playing Grant, so you might as well still go ham.
Oh, yeah, please go ham.
Yeah, please. Might as well. All right, so I'll take the Eagles as well. Titans-Panthers, that's a fun one.
I'm going Panthers. I think Kyle Allen's able to play just well enough, and McCaffrey is the ultimate X factor in that game.
Yeah.
I think if you get him literally any space, Tennessee won't be able to stop him.
Yeah, the Titans' defense is pretty good, but the Panthers are just better.
Yeah.
They have a competent quarterback. I don't know if Tannehill's the answer for Titans. Mariota's certainly done with that team, so
Which is sad. I always thought he just could never stay healthy.
Well,
He just looks so different in the Tennessee offense than he did at Oregon. You need a team like Arizona is perfect for him, where he has
True,
enough
though.
space to be able to roll out and get back to his college days. Like even a team like Tampa Bay.
The only thing that would
who
worry
is
me-
Mariota throwing to? Well, he's sheet of glass. He's a gingerbread man like
Well, that's
Joel
what I was just
Embiid.
about to see. The only thing
Yeah.
that worries me about the Cardinals is they don't have a good offensive line in that offense.
I agree.
Kyler Murray's at least mobile enough where he doesn't take that many shots. He kind of reminds me of Lamar Jackson, not in his speed, but his ability not to get hit.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's saving him there. Josh Rosen was a freaking statue back there, and that's why he was done easily in Arizona. He had no mobility with that crappy offensive line.
Yeah, but at least Murray has Fitzgerald to throw to.
When even
Mariota has
Kirk is an
no
up-and-coming
one.
wide receiver, too.
No one. And then Isabella
Yeah, that's true.
scored
Yeah.
that long touchdown. I think he's a rookie.
Yeah, he's pretty good, too.
Arizona is going to be an interesting team to watch for.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're just in the worst division for them to do well. You've
Yeah.
got the Rams, the Seahawks.
But get thrown into the fire. It's going to make you better. It's going to make you either better or stunt your growth really badly. It's going to be one of the two. And with Kyler, I think it's going to make him better.
Yeah.
Because he's used to playing these tough teams.
So we're
coming out
both
of
taking
Oklahoma.
Panthers in that game.
Yeah.
All right, Raiders and Lions.
In Detroit?
It's in Oakland.
I think the
Oakland
Lions
has
are the
like
better
6 straight
team.
homes games now after this. Like, they haven't played it at
The
home
Lions
in forever.
are a better team, but I think I'm going Oakland.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going with the Raiders. Raiders will be so hyped to have this home game finally, and John Gruden's actually doing a pretty good job.
The Lions are good, but I don't think their win in Oakland against an okay Raiders team good.
I read something crazy where the Raiders have only allowed like 4 or 5 sacks. It's like, maybe it's a little bit more than that, but it's less than 10. Which, to protect Derek Carr like that, that's insane. I mean, to protect any quarterback like that through,
the
7
Broncos,
games.
I think they got pressure on one play in the game against Oakland.
Yeah, no, their offensive line
it.
is for real. And then they have Josh Jacobs. I mean, good luck.
Yep, exactly. Totally agree.
I mean, they're looking good. Another team that looks good for the future.
The Las Vegas Raiders, that's another question. Are they going just Vegas, or will they go Las Vegas with their name? Because I know the Golden Knights have just
the Vegas
gone
Golden
Vegas.
Knights. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably go the Vegas Raiders. I think that sounds better.
I agree.
All right, and then you got Bucks and Seahawks.
Seattle.
Although that'll be a high-scoring game.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa Bay goes in there and does to Seattle what they did to L.A., but I don't think they will.
Yeah,
Not
I'm
twice
taking
in
the
a season.
Seahawks, yeah. Packers and Chargers.
Green Bay.
Yeah, there's no question.
I think Rivers is going to have a good game, but I think the Packers are still better.
Yeah, I don't
think,
believe
honestly,
in the Chargers.
I think both quarterbacks are going to have good games, but it's probably going to end. Is it in L.A.?
Yeah, it's in L.A.
It's probably like 38-24 Packers. High-scoring game.
Yeah, I don't know. As soon as the Chargers lost Derwin James, they've been on a crapshoot.
I'm shocked. I had them
Well,
as
I
one of
thought
my
I had them as a
preseason
playoff
playoff
team.
picks.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say it surprised me how far they fell from grace, but they always have teams like that.
Yep.
Patriots and Ravens. I'm going Ravens. I think this is finally the matchup where it'll be so hard to scheme against. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, like 14-10.
I'm going New England just because I don't think Lamar Jackson can beat the Patriots defense.
I
That's
think
the
he has
only
enough
reason.
versatility and running ability where I think he has a shot.
He has a shot.
But it will be low scoring. Whoever wins this, it will be like 14
17,
points at
12.
most. Yeah, I was going to say, like, it's going to be stupid low.
Of course, we're going to say that it's going to be.
Well, Tom Brady hasn't looked good offensively the whole year. Like, I know he's still, like, a great game manager.
Doesn't matter. If they have good coverage underneath and stay disciplined, it's not going to matter what Brady schemes.
Well, I know. Well, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he's
Well,
having
no,
a bad year.
I'm agreeing with you. He's
Yeah.
having a bad year. So if you take away his easy throws,
Yeah.
you're in the driver's seat, and if you take care of the ball on the offensive end, you're very likely to score. Because
Well,
even
and
the
it's
New York,
shocking how well the Ravens
Giants,
control the ball.
The Giants made Brady look bad.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, many teams. I mean, even the Bills. The Bills made him look horrific. I mean, once they play a competent defensive team, they don't look like the Patriots in previous years. I mean, that's why they've risked it getting Antonio Brown and other. I mean, that's why you have Josh Gordon there, is to try and extend it.
I don't think I don't think it's smoke and mirrors with Brady leaving after this season. I think he really understands that, hey, Father Time has caught up.
I don't think he'll retire.
I don't think he'll retire, but I definitely think something's going to happen at the end of this year.
I just kind of wonder if he thinks the writing's on the wall with their championships, and that's why he'd leave. If he sees how bad that offense is and doesn't think it's his fault. That would be my thought process, because he's the ultimate competitor, and I don't think that he'd want to leave a championship.
An extremely interesting idea. I'm not suggesting this happen or anything. You know where I'm going, but John Elway did the exact same thing with Peyton Manning.
Oh my God, that would be so funny. The one place where Tom Brady couldn't win and he joins him. Can't beat him, join him.
Honestly, and I'm almost wondering if having a quarterback who's a game manager would be able to help this team enough.
But then
I'm almost wondering if it would be enough. And it doesn't help the Broncos at all. But Drew Lock, you'd have him learning under like the second greatest game manager ever.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it didn't work for Osweiler, but
the only way you make that work is if you make that offensive line better. If you can make that offensive line a little bit better.
He comes.
Yeah. If you
I
can
don't think
prove,
I'm not saying he comes, but I'm saying it would be a destination where he would think about
Well, I
coming.
mean, if you think about it, like, what teams would he want to go to? I mean,
and I think Denver, just because I don't know, it just John Elway seems like he'd be the type of owner to pay Brady enough money, or he's not technically the owner, he essentially is at this point. He'd be.
Well, and if you can convince him
GM
on things
enough.
like Jawan James coming back and maybe getting a first-round couple picks on offense, I think you could convince him, hey, Brady, this is the spot.
I think you could.
I don't think that's that outlandish.
And it wouldn't be great. He probably wouldn't look very good.
Yeah.
But he probably could do just enough to teach Drew Lock and give Broncos fans just a glimmer of hope.
Well, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, like, what teams are a quarterback away from competing. And honestly, I don't see any. Like, the Patriots are the clear destination if he wants to win championships where he'd stay.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Let's go through the teams real quick. The AFC West, no. I mean, other than the Broncos. Maybe the Raiders. But the only way I see that happening is if they don't see as Derek Carr as being the guy.
I don't see him going to Oakland. I don't see him. I don't see him going to Vegas. Although Vegas is an interesting choice now, that would be an interesting retirement city.
Yeah,
I could see that.
And like I said, the only way is if they don't see as Derek Carr as the guy, because I don't think Derek Carr I think is pretty good, but I mean Tom Brady's a little bit of an upgrade compared to him.
Yeah.
I mean in the NFC, I don't know. I mean so I mean Denver and Oakland. I mean maybe
Dallas. That's the one I'm thinking he's probably going to go to.
That would be so funny.
I could see I'm not paying Dak and paying Brady for a couple years.
Going through the teams here.
Atlanta, maybe. They're not they're I don't know because their defense is so horrible
maybe Minnesota
now.
If Kirk Cousins stinks it up the rest of the year.
I don't think he will, but
I don't think he will, but I mean that's a quarterback spot.
Inside a dome.
What about Chicago?
That's interesting. I mean,
maybe because that defense is really good, and they're missing a quarterback. Trubisky's clearly not the future.
I could see that.
Or I don't like it, but Carolina, maybe.
That's possible. These are all very fun picks. Obviously, I don't think any of these are going to happen. I would say it's far more likely he retires than go anywhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
But
no, he'll probably stay more likely than not. But I mean, some of those are kind of fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
imagine
fun
him
to
on
think about.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How many more picks we got?
Just one: Cowboys and Giants.
Dallas. New York is going to make it close.
I think they'll cover. I think the line's 9.5 or something.
New York
the Giants should cover that.
Are they in East Rutherford or Arlington?
I believe they're in New York because the first game was Okay,
so,
it's in New York.
I think New York covers, and they'll probably get a drive at the end of the game where they have a chance to either tie or win. Mm-hmm. I don't think they convert that drive, but they'll make it close.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think the Cowboys aren't as good as people are making them out to be. Like, the personnel everywhere is really good, but they struggle a bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. This is an interesting week of matchups, and we also forgot the Broncos game.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
I don't even know who we play.
Browns. And Cleveland, yeah.
Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. I was going to say, I'll take any team that's playing the Broncos at this point.
We're out of time. This was a good show.
Almost heaven. Tom Brady to the Broncos.
So, we'll be back. Actually, I'm not sure when we'll be back. We might be back next Friday if everything goes the way I want it to.
Joe Flacco.
We might have a lot of guests if everything goes the way I want it to as well.
Just Brady, right?
No, I was thinking maybe we could get Tristan and Brendan and have like another big show. That'd be fun.
Next week?
Yeah.
All right. And then,
right before the Brooklyn game.
Yeah,
or Philadelphia, not Brooklyn.
Yeah, Philly.
I'm not going to lie. I'm wearing a Nets jersey underneath my Nugget stuff when we play Brooklyn.
I don't mind.
I'm going to wear my Dinwiddie. I'm not going to take it off if Brooklyn starts winning to show my jersey, but...
Yeah. No, that's all good. Oh, my gosh. I forgot to show my Corbett Hall shirt for Kyle. There you go. It says Corbett Hall.
So
that's it, boys.
For Jaden Rayok, I'm Trevor Blanick. We'll see y'all most likely next Friday.
We will.
See you next time.